Okay, so we are discussing about the variable cost, and let's see variable cost here. Yeah, so variable cost is given along with the probability. Okay, uh, what is the variable cost given? So what we need to do about the variable cost is we need to find out the expected variable cost per unit. Because we have been given variable costs, we have been given the probabilities. So we'll find out the average of this. This is a very new kind of question and new kind of adjustment. So because of the probabilities, we find out expected variable cost. Okay, so we'll do the calculation. We'll do here is equal to $40 into 0.20 plus $50 into 0.40 plus $60 into 0.20 plus $70 into 0.20. So you're going to get the expected value, that is $54. That is what we're going to take now. So expected variable cost. Okay. Expected variable cost per unit 54. But you know, it's going to change. Okay. And we are going to then multiply. We'll do the adjustment 54 into 1.05. 50 what's the inflation rate? The rate of inflation. The rate of inflation is 3%. So into 1.03, 54 into 1.03 whole square, 1.03 whole cube. So you can do in either way also, and we'll find out and then multiply with 20,000 number of units. So you'll get 55.62, 57.2, 59, 61. Okay. So these are your variable costs. So I've taken rough estimated, like, you know, approximate values. Inflated values of variable expected variable cost at the rate of 3%. We have done the inflation adjustment into 20,000 into 20 into 20 into 20 into 20. We'll get the variable cost, total variable cost. So we'll need to multiply this as well. Okay. So we have done like two adjustments. Now we'll do the tax benefit from tax allowable depreciation. Okay. Again, 4 years. Okay. And for tax allowable depreciation, we want the, we definitely want the depreciation amounts. So what is your asset? What is your investment like? You're going to invest around 1.5 million. Okay. And 25% is the diminishing balance. So we will just try to find out the depreciation. So cost of the asset 1500, 25% of that It's going to be the tax allowable depreciation. Okay. Tax savings. So this is the asset value and the depreciation. 1500 into 25%, 375 is the depreciation value. Okay. So we'll write down here tax allowable depreciation and the returned on value at the end of the year 1125. It will go here again 281 25%, again you get 844, again this goes there. 211 is the depreciation, 25%, again 633, again 633 goes there. You know what they have said about the depreciation? They have said company can claim tax allowable depreciation at the rate of 25% per year on reducing balance basis with a balancing adjustment in the year of disposal. So at the end, like, they are going to dispose of the asset, right? So, the asset cannot, you know, uh, go to zero. Why? Because I think you are going to get $125,000 of scrap value. So we are going to put it, completely make it zero. First of all, return on value and scrap value. We are going to get 125. That means we can only depreciate till 508. This is your balancing allowance. Your asset is not going to depreciate by 100%. It's going to depreciate only by this much because this is the value you're going to get. And of course, it has to become zero because no further continuation of the project. And this is the balancing allowance. On this, you can calculate your TA, your like tax benefit. Okay, and we will do that. Then let us do that here itself. We will see what are the tax savings we are going to get. Tax savings, your depreciation into the tax rate. Tax rate is 20%. So 375 into 20. So 75. That is 375 into 20% tax rate. And then the next one, also we're going to do the same. 281 into tax rate. That's going to be 56. And 211 into tax rate going to be 42, and balancing allowance of 508 into tax rate 101.6. I'll take 102. So we got tax savings also, or tax benefit. Okay, then last adjustment we are going to do is for working capital, because working capital is also given to you in the question. Working capital 100,000 will be required at the start of the project and inflation is 3%. We need to do the adjustment, and we know the working capital recovery will happen at the end of the project's life. So working capital adjustment. See, when we take working capital, we know we introduce the working capital at the beginning of the project. So we're going to introduce 100, okay, at the beginning, okay, but at the end it is going to get inflated. So inflation adjustment at the rate of 3%. So 103, okay. And then into 103 into 100 into 1.03, you got 103. Then again into 1.03, it's going to be 106. Again into 1.03, 109. Okay. and at the end you are going to recover the entire 109. Okay, but for us what is important is the increase or decrease in working capital. So incremental cash flows. First you are putting an investment, then $3 is the increase, then again $3 is the increase, again $3 is the increase, and 109 we are going to recover. Okay, are we going to recover or not the entire working capital? Yes, we are going to recover. So all this we are going to put into the main NPV format. Now let's do that. Actually, we can start from zero also, because in working capital investments and all happen at the beginning only. Okay, fine. But we know like we are going to invest like zero. So I will write it here. Investments of 1500 and working capital introduced 100. I'm going to put the working capital cash flows increase decrease. Okay. So at the first year we have done right. 3. Okay. Working capital cash flows. First, there is an introduction of 100, then 3 increase in working capital, 3 increases in working capital, 3 increase in working capital, 109 recovered, working capital recovered. Okay. Now sales. First year 1890 after all the adjustments 1985 2084 already done the working notes. Variable cost already done the working notes. Fixed cost. Now fixed cost we need to do the adjustment, right? Fixed cost. This is a very time consuming question, very lengthy. So they have given some detailing about the fixed cost. Incremental fixed cost will be $300,000 per year. And variable cost per unit inflation and fixed cost inflation are both expected at 3%. Okay. So we need to do the inflation adjustment. So 300 into 1.03. It's going to be 309. So 300 into 1.03. Sorry, I would have done there, but somehow I thought of doing here. So 318. I think you are understanding what I'm doing. So whatever 309 we get, you need to do 1.03 or 300 into 1.03 whole square, and you need to continue that. You know how to do it, right? Then 318 into 1.03. 328. 328 into again you need to do 1.03, you'll get 338. Okay, this is also done. Taxable cash flows 469, because you need to just see what you're doing. 1890 minus this plus this minus this. So whatever is in bracket negative, whatever is in not in brackets positive. Then we have to pay the taxes. Tax, yeah, TAD also we need to take, right? Tax, we can now pay the taxes, tax payments. Okay, at the rate of 20%. So we pay in arrears. So 469 into 20% is 94. Tax will be paid. 521 into 20%. Not 4. 576 into 20%. 115. 634 into 20%. 127 in the 5th year. I've already mentioned there. Year 5. And then tax benefits from TAD 75. Already calculated. 56, 42, 102, and then scrap value, at the end of the project's life, 125, fourth year. Then working capital cash flows have already been taken, so again I won't be taking. Okay, just a second. I have already taken, right? So I need to do the adjustments. Just wait. Sorry, 1890 minus plus 309 minus 3. 1890. Okay, fixed cost also. So 1890 minus 1112, 309 minus 3, 466. 1985 minus 1146. There was a mistake, slight mistake in calculation. I'm just calculating that. Minus 3, 518. Okay, then this is here. Okay, and this is minus 25. Okay, and we're going to apply the discount factors. Discount factor at the rate of 12% given to you 0.893, multiply this 0.797, multiply this, multiply this too. And then you get the present values. And then you need to add them up. So present value of cash inflows totaling 1680. You can do this. 16 plus 398 plus 374 plus 6 minus 14. And then cash outflows in the beginning 1500, your investment, and working capital 100. What are you getting? Are you getting a positive NPV? Yes, positive NPV. You can, accept the project. NPV rule. Okay. So this is what about the question. It was, we have done this Gini company. I want you to go through this question. Okay, theory you can just go through. We can discuss in the class as well, not a problem. Fine. So we have done 3 questions and 1 I've shared. So 4 questions in totality. Tomorrow we'll continue the next, go through them once again and practice. Thank you.